Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the video. In this one we're going to be showing you how you can set up and process paid parental leave or maternity leave in Xero. Now the first thing you have to do is you have to go and register through Centrelink or Services Australia, and that is a bit of a task in itself, and I made a video showing how you go about doing that, so I'll put a card up above if you're interested in that. But let's say we've already gone through, we've set it all up, we've received our first payment from Centrelink Services Australia, and we're now going to process the payroll in Xero, so we need to set it up in Xero. So the first thing we're going to do is go into the payroll settings. Pay items. And we need to set up the new earnings category for the paid parental leave. So we're going to go add, ordinary time earnings. We're going to put in the name, paid parental leave. The display name is optional, but you might leave that blank, or you might put in maternity leave. This is what's going to show up on the pay slip. The rate type is going to be rate per unit. The type of unit is going to be weeks, because it's generally paid out on the basis of weeks. Rate per unit optional, we're going to leave that blank. Expense account, this will be our regular wages and salaries account. No, it's not exempt from pay-as-you-go withholding, so we don't tick that. Yes, it is exempt from superannuation, so we're going to tick that, and then we're going to click add. And there we have it. We just set it up just here, and you can click back in, change any of the settings when you want to. The next thing we need to do is go and set up our employee who is taking maternity leave. So we're going to go to payroll, employees, and let's say our employee who is on paid parental leave is Odette. So we'll click into her, and we're going to go to pay template. We're going to go add earnings line, paid parental leave. This is the earnings type that we just set up. Okay. And we're going to do it because she is paid. We just better double check that. Because Odette is on the weekly calendar, we're going to enter 1 week for her pay template. So we've got paid parental leave, 1 week. If she was fortnightly, we'd put in 2 weeks, but she's weekly, and we're putting in the weekly rate here. So Centrelink is currently paying out $772.55 per week, which is $154.51 per day for a 5-day week. So we put in here $772.55. And now we have to make some changes to her ordinary hours because she's not actually working. We need to change the hours to 0. And we'll leave her rate in here because we want to leave this in here for when she does come back to the workforce, and we want to just leave the settings in there so it's nice and easy to switch her back over. Now, if we just left the hours as what it was and changed the rate to 0, that would make the earnings amount correct, but the problem with doing it that way would be that she would continue to accrue annual leave and sick leave, which you do not do when you're on paid parental leave. There is another workaround to make an adjustment for that, but the easiest way to keep that the way it should be is just to make the hours 0 and just leave the rate section as is, unchanged. So here we have it, paid parental leave, 1 week, $772.55 before tax. We're going to save that, and then we're going to go process the payroll. pay employees. I just opened up a new tab here in case we need to go back here and make some changes. So we're going to go add pay run, week ending 21st of May. Okay, here it is. So we'll click into Odette's payroll. And as we can see here, 0 ordinary hours for no pay, 1 week's paid parental leave for $772.55 before tax. $94 is coming out in tax because you have to pay it like a regular wage. It is free money from the government, but she still has to pay tax on it. Superannuation is 0 because there is no super on paid parental leave. Now you can pay super if you wish out of your own pocket as an employer, but the government won't pay it. So you don't have to pay super. There's no super on paid parental leave, but if you want to pay it, that's optional, but it means it's coming out of your pocket, not the government's. So the default setting is there, no super. We'll scroll down and we can see there's no annual leave accrued. And if there was sick leave in her setup, in Xero, in her employee file, that would be 0 as well. Because we put the ordinary hours to 0 and she is not accruing leave on paid parental leave. So we can save that. After tax, $678.55. And then you just process it like a normal payroll. Send her pay slip, and that is pretty much it. So the main differences here with the maternity leave, paid parental leave, is that you pay it like a normal wage, you have to take tax out, you don't have to pay super, you don't accrue annual or sick leave, and also when you're doing your work cover, rateable remuneration, you don't have to include it in that. So that'll bring your work cover down a little bit for that period. Now when you're doing your bank reconciliation, because the way this stands at the moment, it's running through the payroll register like a typical wage, so you're going to claim your tax deduction for that wage expense like you normally would. But you didn't actually pay any money, the government's paying the money. So you need to offset that when the money comes in from the government, from Centrelink, from Services Australia, as they're now called. So let's just pretend this here was your Centrelink payment, the income coming in that you are then sending to Odette for the paid parental leave. So you'd write in here Services Australia, or whatever you're going to call the card. And we have to put this to a revenue account. So what you can do, you can create a new revenue account called paid parental leave, but I'm just going to put it to other revenue and put paid parental leave in here. And you might even put the dates. So it was like 1st from the 6th to 15th of the 6th, whatever it may be. Now, this is essentially a rebate as part of the payroll system, so it's outside of the GST system. So we're going to put BAS excluded, and then you would just click OK to reconcile that. So it goes in as income, it goes out as expense, and the net result is 0 because you haven't actually paid anything, the government has paid. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's not too hard, just a few little things you got to set up and keep your eye on with the super, the leave, the tax withheld, and the work cover. So I hope you learned something out of this. If you have any questions, hit us up in the comments section. If you'd like to book in a training session, head over to our website. I'll put a link in the description there. We can help you with whatever you need to do. Other than that, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.